All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I like to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostle elders, the great millstone who rule well. And salutations to all you brothers out there pushing this word in love, truth, sincerity, and humility. Once again, it's the brother Shakti from the Chicago camp coming back to you with what I hope is another quick and edifying. Sit down, and I'm on this channel called Brit Rants, and it's a very interesting channel because it's a compilation of videos. As you can see, it's about 42 minutes long, but it's just a compilation of videos of people in Britain explaining how things are horrible there. It's bad. How should I put this? The way things are bad here in America, it's the same over there in Britain. And I'm just going to play like maybe the first 1.5, 2 minutes because they always do like a mini compilation and then they go through compilations of videos in their entirety. So we're going to play, as I said, the first 1.5, 2 minutes, and then we'll get some scriptures. Hey, check this out. Right under here, there's another video, and it's in America. Cost of living. America is shit. So this is going on everywhere. All right. This also going on in Australia. You got folks in Italy that are just not going to work because things are so bad. All right. This is just not an American problem. This is a worldwide problem. Anywhere where bad Uncle Esau has set up his Edomite supremacist power structure and financial system, it's all going to hell. So once again, let this video play and we'll get some scripture.
Okay, jobs.
Breaking news. UK unemployment rose to 5% in the 3 months to September, from 4.8% in the previous quarter. This is the highest level since the pandemic by COVID-19.
Is anyone shocked, really, that unemployment is skyrocketing under this current government? So, since they've been in power, thousands and thousands of jobs have been lost.
And this can mean that people who want to work and are searching for jobs may soon find that there is not a job available for them.
I spent 2.5 years of my life searching for a job.
Smash the Gangs was just like talk. It was just mouth and no action. And same goes for creating jobs for young people. Because where are they? Where are the jobs? Huh?
I literally just got rejected from a job for being unemployed.
I hate when people ask me, what's your dream job? Buddy, my dream job is to be unemployed.
This picture showcases the feeling of getting a job in 2025.
Now, between July last year and April this year, 309,000 limited companies closed. Small businesses just could not front it anymore, especially with the rent going up.
This is exactly the reason why I'm so sick and tired of living in this country, for this exact reason.
If you have a job, just keep it. I've been a recruiter for the last 5 years, and there's one advice I can give you: just keep your job for now.
1.2 million students applying to 17,000 roles. What the fuck?
I fucking hate this country, mate. I hate it.
My life, the UK job market is cooked.
Welcome back to...
We now live in a day where there are more people unemployed than there are jobs and people that are employed. That is insane. And it's not going to come back because these big techno giants, they've invested so much into AI. They have figured out a way where they can use AI for their systems, where in the past they've used human energy, for lack of a better phrase. And now this human energy is no longer needed because they have AI now. This is Ecclesiastes 12:1. And it says, remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. It says, while the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain. Basically, you got to get this word when you're young. Do this work when you're young. Because as the scripture says, knowledge, wisdom, and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time. And that's just not talking about now. That's just talking in general. But the days that we are in and soon to be reaching the climax of, we're definitely going to need the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of this Bible. Because that's going to be the thing that's just going to help us navigate through the storm, metaphorically speaking. Okay, and it says, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. Because we're now in a situation where you have people who used to make 6 figures, 7 figures. They're on the verge of losing their homes. Okay, folks that were doing good are not doing so good right now. As I mentioned before, we have a situation where there are more people unemployed than jobs, which is bringing a halt to many, to the, how you say, the, I guess I want to use the term logistics. I'm not sure, but just the way that the efficiency that companies can move at a certain speed and get things out. You know, all these things have been drastically reduced because these businesses are only in to maximize profit, even if it's at the expense of ruining somebody's entire life. And it says, and the door shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low. Right? When you go out, you don't see buildings with that big ass poster talking about we're hiring. I mean, I'm 45. I remember back in the 80s and 90s, you could walk down the street and different businesses will have signs on their window like, we're hiring, call this number. And they would have billboards back in the day that they would rent out that you can see from the expressway. Hey, looking for a career opportunity? Call us at this such a number. We're hiring. Hey, you don't see that. You don't really see that anymore. Many of these companies that have been around for 50, 70 years, they're done. Once again, the door shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low. And it says, he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. Everybody's waking up early on the grind, try to get a job, getting the same results, which is absolutely nothing. And see, this is causing a grave despair in the spirit and psyche of, as you can see, not only the people in America, but also the people in the UK. All right. I have another channel that I take a look at. And let me see. It's called the Aussie Observer. And you look, the same thing is happening over there in Australia. Look at these titles. Can't afford a home. Can't find jobs. Forced to homelessness. Rent increase crisis. Leaving Australia, can't afford to eat, worse underpaid jobs. And it's funny that everybody is talking about, I need to get out of here to have a new start or form a better life, but they don't understand that this economic strain, this financial turmoil that people have been forced into, is not just where they're at. This is happening in a great deal of places all around the world. There's going to be no way that you can escape this, especially since the whole world is trying to go digital. There's not going to be a place where you can go and escape. And even though some people don't know that, as I said before, even without knowing that information, you can still see the hopelessness in the eyes of the people. And as the scripture says, where there is no vision, the people perish. That's in Proverbs. That I do know. Proverbs 29 and 18. And it says, where there is no vision, the people perish. Folks don't see any way out of this. They don't possibly see, as the old saying goes, the light at the end of the tunnel. And see, it's going to be this type of desperation that is going to make people willingly take in and accept and adopt the new digital age. And this is something that's not new. When you go to the scripture, what was it in Genesis 47 and 15. And it says, and when money failed in the land of Egypt, which we are back in again, a spiritual Egypt though. Okay. Just go to the book, I believe it's Revelations. All right. We are back in the house of bondage. It says, and when money failed in the land of Egypt, which is happening again, and in the land of Canaan, all the Egyptians came unto Joseph and said, give us bread, for why should we die in thy presence? For the money faileth. All right, you have people begging for jobs, begging for opportunities, but there's none to be got. And Joseph said, give your cattle, and I will give you for your cattle if money fail. And it says, and they brought their cattle unto Joseph, and Joseph gave them bread in exchange for horses, and for their flocks, and for their cattle of their herds, their asses. He fed them with bread for all their cattle for that year. And it says, when that year was ended, they came unto him the second year, and said unto him, we will not hide it from my Lord how that our money is spent. My Lord also had our herds of cattle. There is not left in the sight of my Lord, but our bodies and our lands. Okay, so people are saying we've given everything we've possibly can, and we're still in a bad situation. And you have the same mindset and rhetoric being spoken of on the internet. People are saying, I don't know what more else I can do. Okay, I wake up early, I send my resumes in, I go out and spend money that I don't have because I'm trying to put food on my table, which I can barely afford. I'm spending money that I don't have to go to a job interview, and I keep going to these interviews and getting the same results, getting nothing. So if there are no jobs available, I have pretty much no money to be able to spend to go out and find a job. Like what more else do I have to do? And see, as I mentioned before, that's when the government is going to set up the digital solution. Because trust me, when so many people get in this situation and they're in this situation for a while, they are going to gladly accept the new digital age, the technocratic age. And of course, you know all of that leads up to Revelation 13th chapter, where it talks about the no man might buy or sell. Because at the end of the day, that's all this is heading up to. So that's all I wanted to say on this. I hope you all were edified. To the next time, we're going to say Shalom.